Alright, let's dive into something that's got me seriously hyped. Russell Crowe and Priyanka Chopra Jonas teaming up for a sci-fi action thriller called Bluefly. Now, I don't know about you, but when I first heard this combo, my brain immediately went, wait, what? How has this not happened sooner? Crowe, with his intense, no-nonsense energy, and Chopra Jonas, who's been killing it in everything from The Bluff to The White Tiger, this pairing feels like a match made in cinematic heaven. But let's break this down, because there's a lot more here than just star power. First off, the premise of Bluefly is straight up intriguing. Picture this, a UN translator grieving a loss gets pulled into a Black Ops mission in the Congo to recover a downed aircraft that shouldn't exist. The deeper they go, the clearer it becomes that this isn't just a rescue mission, it's a descent into something far more sinister. Personally, I think this setup is genius. It's not just your typical sci-fi action flick, it's got layers. What makes this really interesting is how it blends high-stakes action with a character-driven narrative. You've got Crowe and Chopra Jonas, two actors known for their ability to bring depth to their roles, thrown into a story that's equal parts adrenaline and introspection. If you take a step back and think about it, this could be the kind of film that redefines the genre, not just by blowing stuff up, but by making you care about the people in the middle of the chaos. Now, let's talk about the director, Nimród Antal. The guy behind Predator? Yeah, he's got a knack for crafting intense, atmospheric thrillers. In his statement, he called Bluefly grounded, propulsive, and full of dread, and honestly, that's exactly what I want from a sci-fi thriller. What many people don't realize is how hard it is to balance those elements. Too much dread, and it becomes a horror film. Too much propulsion, and it feels hollow. But Antal's track record suggests he knows how to walk that line. Plus, with a script co-written by David Frigerio, William Eubank, and Carlisle Eubank, there's a lot of creative firepower behind this project. One thing that immediately stands out is the setting, the Congo. It's not your typical sci-fi backdrop, and I'm curious to see how the film uses it to add texture and tension. Here's where it gets even more fascinating. The film's production is set to kick off on Australia's Gold Coast. Now, why does that matter? Well, it's a reminder of how global filmmaking has become. You've got a story set in the Congo, starring actors from Australia and India, directed by a Hungarian filmmaker, and shot in Australia. This isn't just a movie, it's a testament to how storytelling transcends borders. From my perspective, this kind of collaboration is what makes cinema so exciting. It's not just about the story on screen, it's about the story behind the scenes, too. But let's not forget the bigger picture here. Sci-fi, at its best, is a genre that holds a mirror up to society. Bluefly's premise, a mission to recover something that isn't supposed to exist, feels like a metaphor for so many things. Is it about hidden truths? Government conspiracies? Or maybe something more existential? What this really suggests is that the film could be more than just entertainment, it could be a commentary on the secrets we keep and the lengths we'll go to uncover them. Personally, I think that's what makes this project so compelling. It's not just about the action or the sci-fi elements, it's about the questions it raises. And then there's the cast. Russell Crowe, fresh off his critically acclaimed performance in Nuremberg, is clearly on a roll. His ability to embody complex, often unlikable characters is unmatched. Priyanka Chopra Jonas, meanwhile, has been proving time and again that she's a force to be reckoned with in action roles. What makes this really interesting is how their dynamic will play out. Will they be allies? Rivals? Something in between? A detail I find fascinating is how their backgrounds, Crowe's gritty, no-nonsense persona and Chopra Jonas's versatility, could create a tension that elevates the entire film. Finally, let's talk about the stakes. Arian Fraser, CEO of Highland Film Group, called Bluefly a high-stakes, sci-fi thrill ride with layers of depth. But what does that mean? In my opinion, it's about more than just the plot. It's about the emotional stakes, the moral dilemmas, the questions the characters, and by extension, the audience, are forced to confront. This raises a deeper question: What happens when you uncover something you were never meant to find? And what does it cost you? So, here's my closing thought. Bluefly isn't just another sci-fi action movie. It's a project that feels like it's firing on all cylinders, a compelling premise, a killer cast, a visionary director, and a story that could resonate far beyond the screen. Personally, I think this is one to watch. Not just because of the explosions or the special effects, but because of the conversations it's going to spark. What do you think? Are you as hyped as I am? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your take.